What's going on, guys? Welcome back to LSAPC. This is Jeremy, and I am going to go over all things about the Droppp Arcade that is coming out here in just a few days, if it's not out already, depending on when you're watching this video. We're going to go through all the things, what it's about, what it is doing, and just kind of break it down a little bit. So stay tuned. If you enjoy this content, like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all those things. But be sure to comment down below and let me know, are you going to participate in the Droppp Arcade for the NFTs? Can't wait to hear what you have to say. Let's get into it. And so here it is, the Droppp Arcade. As you can see at the time of recording this, there are 4 days left. We're going to go straight into it and talk about all the things that it is. So it is a Season 1, first of all, Arcade, Collect, Convert, and Complete. We are going to go through and talk about kind of what the point is, how you do it, and what the rewards are for doing it, etc. So essentially, we've been collecting all along. We're going to take our old collections, we're going to convert those into points. We're going to climb the leaderboard, and then if we are in the top 333 collections or points at the end of this time period, then we'll be eligible to win that 333 piece limited edition Freddy Funko as Droppp Monster. So there's a lot to get into on that and how it works, but it's pretty exciting. Essentially, let me go through here and talk about, mark your calendar. So March 26th is when the season opens. That's in a couple of days as of recording this video, but it ends June 17th. That's when Snapshot will be taken, and then all the redemption coins will be sent out. If you have a redemption token, you have until July 18th to redeem it or sell it or do whatever you're going to do. And then the physicals ship out on the 4th quarter of 2025. So October, November, December of this year. Here are your collectibles. Here are the prizes that you can win. First of all, these Season 1 stickers, based on if you are participating and you are converting NFTs to points, then you will qualify for these stickers, and you can use these stickers in your profile pic essentially on Droppp, just like you can the Droppp monsters right now. So these are kind of cool. It'd be fun to get one of these stickers, but this is what everybody's going to be going after this Season 1, limited to 333 pieces. Freddy Funko as the Droppp monster, holding the little joystick, got a little drop bling on, and obviously the crown as well. They look blacklight, very limited, very cool Funko Pop, and we'll see. I don't know what the value is going to be on that or what it's going to require to win as far as points go. Let's get into that next and talk about the points, how they work, and what you're essentially doing. Okay, so before we get into what the point values are and how you do it, let me talk about what essentially you are doing. To convert an NFT over to points, you are actually turning it in, and then they are burning it. They are eliminating that from circulation forever. That is gone. That means that fewer of those items will exist. So you kind of have a twofold situation here. You're going to gain points, but then the remaining ones that are out there are going to be fewer and fewer, making those worth a little bit more money. So take, for example, in this situation, it says on the screen, an item of legendary rarity that started with a total supply of 2,000. After everybody puts them in and burns them to get their points, you know, you could be down to just a handful of them, and those handful would be worth significantly more value than they were when there were 2,000 of them out there. So keep that in mind. Every NFT you turn in, you are essentially burning from existence. It's gone forever. It'll never come back. You'll never have that specific NFT again. So if you like mint numbers, if you like, you know, specific cards, then maybe you hang on to them, maybe you don't. Whatever you want to do, just know that when you turn those in for the points, you are essentially eliminating them from existence. So you will never get those back. So let's get into the point values, because this is kind of where I'm a little bit, this gets interesting. So 1 of 1 is worth 100,000 points. Now I get that. That's a lot of points. Probably gets you that 333 piece limited edition Freddy Funko. But would you trade in a legitimate 1 of 1 that is pretty significant value just for 100,000 points to try to get that Funko Pop? I don't know. You know, it'll be interesting to see if people do that. Mythics, on the other hand, they are coming in at 2,000 points. So if you've been a collector of the lines that have the mythic and you have those mythic cards. Those are going to be worth 2,000 points. Grails are worth 1,000 points. Royalty 500. Legendaries 250. The series coins are going to be worth 200 apiece. That's been interesting because I always knew those series coins were going to come back into play somewhere, somehow. Not that this gives them a lot of utility, but this is at least a way to booster your points in order to get one of these Funko. Ultras are coming in at 80 points, Epics 50 points, Rares 16 points, Uncommons 10 points, and Commons will be 8 points. So you are ultimately going to be turning all those cards in, burning them from existence, gathering your points, and then before I can get into what you can convert, you'll see here that there's a leaderboard. You'll be able to follow and track that leaderboard, and it'll tell you kind of where you stand. So if you can see that you're in the top 333, then you're good. If you're not in that top 333, you might know what you need to burn or what you need to convert in order to get there. So you can kind of play it out. It's going to happen over the course of that couple of months. So, track that leaderboard, see where you're at, and keep working at it and get on that top 333. That's what you're. So after you trade them all in, here's what you can convert. You can convert anything post redemption. So anything that hasn't been redeemed yet is eligible for this. You can convert stickers. Not exactly sure what that is, so maybe somebody out there could let me know down in the comments. But and then you can convert the non-redemption digital pop collections like the bonus digital pops or the promo cards, etc., that they gave out for a long time. So what you cannot convert, what is not eligible, are going to be packs, the drop monster crates, redemption tokens, pre-redemption digital pop collections. So if there's anything that hasn't been snapshot yet, hasn't gone through the redemption process yet, that's still out there to be collected, then that is not it. And then of course the drop monsters, which are one of one, those are not eligible either. So those do not qualify for that 100,000 points. So keep that in mind. I just want to be very clear again that when you turn these in to convert to points, they are gone forever. They're out of your wallet. They're not coming back, and they become points. So the value in this comes really twofold. You have two ways to capitalize on this situation. Number one, if you have a bunch of NFTs that you don't want, you can convert those to points. You can collect and then get into that top 333. Go after that physical Freddy Funko as Drop Monster that will be limited to 333 pieces. I mean, that's going to be a pretty solid hit to get, or pick up to get, if you are interested in collecting Freddy Funkos or NFTs. On the other hand, everybody who does participate in this will be removing all of those NFTs from existence forever. So your collection has the potential to go up in value due to the more rarity that each of your NFTs will hold. There will be a tracker. They will be counting and tracking the number of cards that were burned. So if we know the existing number of cards, we know how many were burned, we know how many are remaining, and then therefore we can, pricing moving forward will be based on that new available supply in the market. So some of these collections are going to go up drastically in value, and maybe more so than the Funko Pop itself in the physical form. So you kind of got to ask yourself, what do I want to do? Do I want to participate and burn these NFTs and get that physical Funko Pop for my collection, or possibly trading or selling later? Or do I want to ride out the NFTs and believe in the value of the NFTs and see where that cost goes based on the scarcity, the rarity levels that these all will take, the increase that they'll take throughout this process? So keep that in mind as you are going through this and what you're going to do. I'm very curious to see who's going to participate, who's not. I'm going to follow it very closely, and I'm going to come out with more videos tracking kind of the progress as we go through that time period between the 26th of March and June 17th. I want to kind of do some updates along the way and see what's happening in that world. I'll also go through some of the Discord channels, see what a lot of the chatter's about, see what people are doing, what they're thinking. I know a lot of people are maybe going to wait until the last minute to try to get in. But we'll just see if there's going to be surprises along the way. I think there's going to be extra things that they announce. And we're going to kind of follow it along and share those videos with you. So I look forward to doing this series. I hope you enjoy it. Again, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have fun, and we will see you in the next one. Yeah, we will.